YouTube? I'm back with another video. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on all my social medias: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everything. Get in tune because I have some content that I'm working on and I want to put out there, and you guys wouldn't want to miss it. Okay? But if you watched my last video, you know that I was preparing to have a BBL surgery, and I shared all my supplies and things like that. So today is Sunday and I have my surgery June 23rd. I'm actually, on Wednesday, I will be 6 weeks post-op. So I feel good, I look good, and I'm overall happy with my whole experience with my surgery and my body. Like, I love it. And to be honest, I would probably do it again, but I'm not saying that I would. I'm saying, like, my whole experience was just so good. Like, I don't have no complaints, like, with my surgery, with the center, the experience, the pain, the hotel. I don't have no, I don't have no complaints at all. Like, so that's why I wanted to create this video and share my whole experience with you guys, and hopefully this helped you if you're interested in getting a BBL surgery, or if you're preparing yourself for your BBL surgery. Hopefully this will help. So first, I want to say thank you to Dr. William for doing my surgery and giving me exactly what I asked for. I wanted natural results, and that's what I have. And I feel like he do so good with, you know, girls that was like my size, like, and a natural look. You know, when you got hips, you got a little booty, and it's just natural, you know, because don't nobody want no overly big butt. Well, I don't. So natural for the win, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. As far as 305 plastic surgery, I know y'all probably hear a lot of crazy stories about how they be counseling people, and just the whole just setup just be crazy. But I don't have no issues with them. They all good in my book. They actually did a great job with handling my stuff and keeping in contact with me, and everything was just great. So I don't have no complaints with that. But yeah, so I stayed in Miami for a whole week. I flew out there on a Monday. My surgery was on a Wednesday. The day that I flew out there, I actually missed my flight because I was so tired. I fell asleep at the airport, waiting at the gate, sitting there waiting on them to start letting us get on the plane. I fell asleep. As soon as I woke up, they closed the door. So I had to freaking wait like 2 hours, and then I caught a flight to Philly. I had a layover in Philly for 2 hours, and then I ended up getting to Miami by like 7:30. By that time, I had already knew my pre-op time, because, you know, they so funny. They don't tell you the time for your pre-op until the day before, and then they don't tell you the time for your surgery until the day before. So I knew that. So I had everything situated. I had a driver. His name is Walter. Shout out to Walter. Oh my God, Walter was just a lifesaver. He was part of the reason why my experience was so good. Like, and also probably because I was well prepared. I would say that too. Like, for me, planning it a year ahead, like, and it wasn't even on purpose. That's just the date that they gave me because Dr. William just be so booked up. But I'm grateful that, you know, I had time to actually get myself prepared mentally, physically, and everything like that. So Walter, I met him through a friend, and I'm going to share you guys his info because he does transportation. Like, he will pick you up from the airport, take you to pre-op, surgery, and he will also go get your meds and stuff like that. So hit up Walter. I'm going to share his info in the description bar. But yes, he picked me up from the hotel. He took me to my pre-op. My pre-op appointment was at 8:30. I'm not gonna lie, it was like so many girls in there. It was like 6 or 7 girls in there, all for Dr. William. Like, we all like, who you here for? Who you here for? Everybody like, Dr. William, Dr. William. But I was kind of nervous because I'm like, you know, if you're in the groups, you see that a lot when they say, like, he be having so many girls, he be overbooked for a day and stuff. And I actually had a surgery sister that I had met in a group too, so I knew that it was probably more girls. So, but Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I ended up getting lucky. I ended up having my surgery. They texted me. Well, at pre-op, let me go back. At pre-op, we had to sign all these papers, go through all these paperwork and sign. We did a drug test, a pregnancy test, a COVID test. I didn't meet Dr. William the day of pre-op because, the COVID, I guess, since he doing surgery that day, they didn't want him coming in and out. So I did meet with one of his nurses, and she just had me take off my clothes. She looked at me, she talked to me, and she told me about, like, what she think he could do, and this and that. She told me that I had a great foundation, and stuff like that. So that went well. Everything went well at pre-op, because also at pre-op, it was girls in there that was paying for their surgery and stuff. It was just a lot of people, so it's kind of, it might get crazy, but for the most part, it was cool, and it went by fast. I wasn't there that long. I went there at 8:30. I can't remember what time did we leave, but it wasn't even long. So that was that. And then they ended up texting me later that night and telling me that I had surgery at 6 in the morning, and it was like, you can't eat past 10 o'clock. And I was just so happy. I was happy, but then I was like kind of scared. I was happy because I wanted to have my surgery early in the morning, because I feel like if I was to go like early in the morning, like when the day start, like when he start, I was gonna get the best results, because it's like, it's a fresh start, it's a new day, he well rested and stuff like that. So I was praying for that, and God answered my prayers, because I was one of the first girls that day. Like, I was like, oh my God. So me and my sister and my best friend, we ended up going out the day before. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta eat, because they tell you can't eat past 10. So we went out, we went on the strip, we ate and stuff like that. It was so fun, so lit on South Beach, like so many people. It was the whole vibe. So we sat down, we ate, we had ice cream, all that. And then I had to go home, and I prepared myself. I didn't have a nurse or anything, because my people had came with me, so they helped me a lot. Thank you to them, Amina, Sylvia, and LaSherian. I appreciate y'all for coming out and helping me. So yeah, so then like the next day, well, when we got home, I was kind of like, I don't really know how to explain how I felt. Like, I wasn't really scared. You know how some people be scared, like, oh my God, what can happen? Like, what if I don't wake up? I wasn't worried about that at all. Like, I knew that I was going to wake. I knew I was going to be okay. I was just more so just worried about the pain. But, I kind of have a high pain tolerance. So, I knew it wasn't going to be that bad. But, so, the day of surgery, I got there at Walter. He picked us up. He took us there. I got there early because I didn't want to be late. And as soon as I walked in, it was so quiet. It was so quiet. It wasn't nobody there. Like, it wasn't like how it was pre-op. It was so quiet. It was just me. It was just us. So when I got there, I was kind of like trying to prepare myself. I had sat down. As soon as I sat down, she came out and grabbed me. Not kidding. I'm like, damn, they moving fast. I ain't even got time to think. As soon as I sat down in the lobby, she came in there. She got me. What did she do? I don't even really remember, but all I know, they put me in a room, and they told me to take my clothes off and everything. So I just had like the little gown that they gave me with my compression socks on, and I was just sitting there waiting. She was like, well, the doctor, someone's gonna come get you. So I was calling my mama. I was calling everybody, trying to tell them like, yeah, I'm about to, I'm getting ready to go back there or whatever. So then, fast forward to them. They come in there, somebody came and got me. They took pictures of me. I had to stand on the wall. You gotta stand like this, stand sideways, back like that. And then Dr. William came in there. I was kind of like starstruck. I'm like, Dr. William kind of famous or whatever. I was being a groupie, I'm not gonna lie, because I stalked his Instagram this whole time. So I ended up meeting him, and he was like, you from Indiana? And I was like, yes. And he just was asking me questions and stuff like that. And then I was just so like all over the place. I couldn't think of nothing. Like, I had a couple questions that I wanted to ask him, but I couldn't think of shit. And then he like, you got questions? I'm like, no. He like, oh, we need more girls like you. But he marked me up and he told me what he could do. He told me that I had a good foundation and stuff like that. And then after he marked me up, I just sat there or whatever. But wait, let me go back because I didn't even mention how fast they took my damn phone. That was the part that kind of got me. Like, they took my phone so fast. I was trying to talk to my mama and I couldn't. They took my phone so fast. And then I was sitting there still for probably 15 minutes waiting on them to come get me to take the pictures and stuff. But that's cool. Y'all get a pass on that. So then after he did my markup, whatever, I was sitting in the room and stuff. And then they came and they said, come on. And then they walked me to the room where they do the surgery. I don't even remember. It was clean though, and it smelled good. It was okay. All I was thinking about was, like music, because I remember somebody saying they was playing music before or whatever. But no, I ain't heard no music, probably because it was so early. And when I came in, it was the nurse. I remember her from the day before, and the anesthesia, Frankie. He was there. He the one that greeted me, shook my hand. He told me to get on the bed and stuff. And I had my mask on the whole time. And he was like, you can take your mask off. This is COVID-free zone or whatever. And he was just talking to me. He like, what's your name? Are you allergic to anything? And I told him what I was allergic to. And then he's like, oh, you don't have any issues like that? He's like, I'm just going to talk to you. So I put this IV in or whatever. And then I was out. Like, he talked to me. That's how quick it was. Like, they make you feel comfortable. So, like I have never had a surgery like this. I've never been put under anesthesia. So this was like the first time for me. And they made me feel comfortable. So I feel like that's why it was okay. Like he talked to me the whole entire time. I don't even remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up. Now, when I woke up, I was so cold. Like, I was just so cold. And I remember they talked about this in the surgery groups. They were saying how, like, you wake up, you be so cold, probably from the anesthesia or whatever. I was just so cold and I couldn't talk. Like, I was trying to talk. I remember it was a man in there. This kind of threw me off. There was a man in there. He was talking on the phone. Like, it was me and another girl. She was sitting up, so she probably had her breast done. So now by this time, when it was like 10 o'clock, because I think my surgery was like 3 hours, and then I think they wait on you to recover and wake up for like an hour or so. So when I woke up, I just remember like trying to get his attention. I was trying to get up. I was really just trying to tell him to put the cover on my feet because my feet was freezing. Like, but as far as pain, I didn't feel no pain, like nothing at all. I was just so cold and I couldn't talk. Like, my throat was hurting so bad. So I was trying to get him, like, I was trying to lift myself up and get him. And he was telling me, like, no, honey, you gotta rest. You gotta rest. And I was just like, my feet cold. So they put the cover on me. It was warm blankets. They put that on me. I don't know how long after that I was laying there. But I remember her pulling my catheter out. Because she was like, take a deep breath. And that didn't even hurt. That's how I know, like, I wasn't in no pain. I didn't feel anything. When she said she was taking it out, I didn't feel none of that. So she did that, and then they ended up telling me to get up. Mind you, you laying down on your stomach. So I had to get up, and then they put me in a wheelchair. They put me in a wheelchair, and it was like a BBL pillow. I'm saying I'm pillow right now. It was a BBL pillow, and I just remember like feeling crazy. And then like they rolled me out. And like when they roll you out in front of everybody. So whoever in that lobby, they gonna see you. And there's girls in there looking like, oh my God, that's gonna be me. But I was cool. I wasn't like in no pain or nothing. They didn't even make me pee. I probably peed as while I was laying there because I remember people saying like you can't leave until you urinate or whatever. But no, they just rolled me out and they put me in a car. And Walter, he was just so great. Like, he had the car prepped for me. He had a pillow. I got up there. I just laid down. And I wasn't in no pain. Like, I wasn't in no pain. I don't even think... Oh, and another thing, the prescriptions, he couldn't find the prescriptions. Like, I don't know what is it, but I be seeing a lot of people say like they have issues finding their prescriptions and stuff like that. Like it take a while, so you might not have your prescriptions fresh out of surgery. But I was prepared. I had Tylenol, you know, so I took Tylenol. Once I got back to my hotel, I ended up taking a Tylenol, and then it took him probably like an hour or so to bring my prescription. I didn't have to pay much. I believe my prescription was like $50 some dollars. It was the antibiotics that you take, and then the perks. They say take 6 hours apart, whatever. But you have to take it with food, because that's how I messed myself up. Like, you know, when you coming out of surgery off the anesthesia, you don't want to really eat. Like, I didn't want to really eat heavy, so I had soup and stuff like that. So I had ate some soup, and then I had took the perk, and then it made me sick, and I was throwing up. So when you take those medicines, you have to eat something heavy, like bread, something heavy that's gonna stick to you, so that you won't be feeling sick and you won't throw up. Because that was the part that I didn't like. I was throwing up, and it was just so crazy. But other than that, I ended up going to sleep. I probably slept the first day. I probably slept all day, but I kept having to get up and use the restroom because I had to pee. So the thing about it, you be so sore, so you really gonna need help, like getting up out the bed and stuff. And I was just drenched in blood. Like, it was crazy. I'm gonna show y'all pictures of me when I finally stood up. But the bed was just soaked. Like, they kept having to change my chucks. Like, it was just so soaked. And I even had a robe that I had on because I was still kind of cold. And my robe was just drenched in blood too. It was crazy. But it wasn't bad to the point where, like, I was feeling like I was gonna faint or nothing. I made sure I was hydrated. I drank a lot of water. And I did everything. I made sure I ate and stuff like that. Then the next day, the first day, you know how they say the first couple of days be bad? I'm not gonna say that. Like, the worst part about my experience, honestly, was my freaking throat. My throat was hurting so bad. Like, oh my God, that was the worst part. Like, it was so bad to the point, like, I was crying. That made me cry, because I wasn't crying about, like, my body being in pain, because I was doped up, so I was good. I was cool on that too. It was just my throat. I couldn't do nothing. Like, I was gargling salt water. I had tea, the peppermint tea or something like that from Starbucks. That actually helped me. So if you have any issues with your throat, please get a peppermint tea from Starbucks and do that. Them Halls was not working. Probably because I was falling asleep with them in my mouth. It just wasn't working. So my throat was sore for like a couple days. I'm not gonna lie, and I was crying because I couldn't eat no food. Every time I was swallow something, it would just hurt so bad. That was the worst part about my whole experience, that my freaking throat was hurting so bad. Like, just thinking about it, I was scared. I met a nurse. She was nursing somebody next to us. I was so scared. I was sending her pictures of my tonsils and stuff. Like, is this normal? Is this normal? I was texting 305. Like, my throat sore. They just kept telling me, just be hydrated, keep drinking a lot of water and Pedialyte and all that. But I just felt like nothing was working. I just had to wait until it, you know, started feeling better. And it felt better till about a couple of days. But the next day, you know, you can't take off your faja and stuff like that. And you can't shower until after your post-op appointment. So the next day, my post-op appointment was at, what time was it? It was early, I believe. It was early in the day. Yeah, so I went there. They didn't really do nothing. I didn't see Dr. William when I went there. I didn't see him again. I only seen him on surgery day. When I went there, all they did really was call me in there, and she took it off. And I remember I was being so stiff and just scared to even touch myself because it was like sore. And she just took off my file, and she took out all the bloody pads and stuff that was in it. And then she told me to put it back on, and then she told me that I can go home and I can shower and stuff like that. That was really it. I guess they was just looking at your incision, making sure everything was okay. And I went home, and then I had a massage. Oh my God, the massage. I'm not gonna lie, the massages, it's crazy, 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 crazy. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Like, whew, y'all, I had to call my mom and just have her just talk to me, like, just be on the phone while she do this, cause man, it hurts so bad. Cause you know they have to literally push the fluids off of you, like, and squeeze. Oh my God, it was terrible. Like, thinking about it, if I ever do that again, that's the part that I just don't want to deal with. But you know, like, massages are very, very, very important. You have to get that fluid off of you. And she was telling me, my massage lady, sorry, I didn't even tell y'all about her. Her name is Pam. I'm going to also leave her Instagram name so y'all can reach out to her. She was great. She talked me through it, and she was just so sweet to me. I really appreciate her too. She was just, oh my God, she was great. But she came and I had to lay on the thing, and she just was it. Oh my God, it hurted so bad. And she kept telling me, like, you drink water. She wanted me to drink 16 bottles of water a day, and that's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard, especially when you got all this stuff on and you gotta get help getting out the bed. Because I had to get help every time I had to get out the bed. For like the first 2 days, I had to get help. Like, it was crazy, but I didn't have no hiccups, like, as far as like peeing on myself and nothing like that. So I did good with that. I had a funnel. Funnels those come in handy. The little whatever thing, urinal. I said a funnel. The urinal things, those come in handy. You're gonna need that because it makes it so much easier to, use the bathroom. But she was telling me to drink 16 bottles of water a day to help the fluid. So when she come do my massage, it would just come out, and it was just so. I just that part. The first day, I'm not gonna lie. The first day, I had to tell her to stop. Like, it just hurted. It just hurted too bad. Like, I couldn't take it. So I had to tell her, like, okay, let's just take a break. Let's just try this again tomorrow. Then after that, the next day, well, day 3, when she came and did my massage, I made sure that I took a perk. I tried to take a perk every day, Miko. I tried to take a perk. Excuse my dog. Okay. Miko, come here. But yes, I tried to take a perk every, like, an hour before, and I made sure I ate, because oh my God, you don't want to throw up taking those perks. And also, when you take those perks, they make you have crazy dreams, like insane dreams. I'm talking about, when I was asleep, I had a crazy dream. I was crying in my dream. That's how crazy that them drugs do to you. That's how I don't see how people do that. But it helps you. Like, Miko. But you have to take the perks. Like, take it an hour before your surgery. I mean, not your surgery. Your massaging. It's going to help ease the pain a little bit. It's still going to be painful as F. Still going to be painful. But not as painful. It's just the part that when she be squeezing and she got to get all the fluids out. And then if you one of them type of people that you can't stomach stuff like that, then you got to do it with your eyes closed, because their blood just be coming down your legs, squirting and stuff. And she likes it. It made her feel good to know, like, we got so much fluid out. So I appreciate her so much. Like, I feel like she played a big part in my results. Like, and it was to the point that I knew, like, I just had to get through this. I gotta let her do her job. I can't be no punk out here. I just gotta let her do her job and get all this fluid out, because I don't want to, like, have no fluid build up. That caused other problems, and I didn't want to experience that. So she got the job done. I appreciate her so much. And what else? After that, I was pretty much good. Like, I wasn't in really so much pain. Like, I would say my first 2 days, I kind of like slept a lot because of the medicine. The medicine make you sleep, but after that, like, I was cool. It was to the point I was actually getting up on my own eventually and walking. You please make sure you walk. Don't just lay there all day. Make sure you walk around, move around to keep your blood flowing. So that was good. I recommend everybody that I mentioned. I recommend Dr. William. I recommend 305 Plastic Surgery. They was great with me. They text me. They called me to check up on me. Like, I want to say like twice while I was out there, and they just texted me recently about my surgery, asking me how was I recovering. So they literally kept in contact with me. So I appreciate that. That lets me know that y'all, y'all doing y'all thing. I recommend them. I recommend. I'm going to share with you guys my my massage lady information. I highly recommend her. She was so sweet, and actually she have a recovery house as well. So if you would like to book her recovery house or just book her to come and do your massages, do that. She's cool. She comes to you and everything, and it's just smooth. Walter, I highly recommend Walter. He gonna get the job done. He was so cool. Like, he actually went and found me some edibles because I didn't have no edibles. They said edibles help you sleep and help you with anxiety or whatever. So I'm like, I want some edibles, to help me sleep through the night, because it's so uncomfortable. You got on all that stuff, yeah. So I needed those edibles. So he actually went and found me some, and he was just great. My overall experience was just so great, and I'm so happy with my results. Right, I know they say it might take like a couple months for you to see your whole like whatever I'm trying to say. It might take a couple months, but I feel great. I look great. Since I've been back home, well, while I was in Miami, I actually was in a stage 2, like probably like a couple days after my surgery. I didn't take long to get in my stage 2 because I was, like I said, I was making sure she was getting that fluid off of me and everything. I wanted to compress because I wanted my stomach to be as flat as possible. I'm going to also share some pictures on this video of me and my faja while I was in Miami. I also made some TikTok videos as well. So yeah, I put on my stage 2 a couple days after my surgery, and I've been wearing it. And then since I've been back home, I've got it altered twice. So yes, I'm currently, since I'm 6 weeks, I don't wear any foams and boards like that. I wore the foams and boards for probably like 2-3 weeks. I took the foams out once I got my faja altered the first time, and then I was just wearing boards. And then I just got it altered a couple days ago. Now I'm not wearing anything. I'm just compressing. And then I get massages out here in Indianapolis. I will share her information as well. She's also great, really great. She's also a nurse, so she knows her stuff, and I appreciate her as well. I get massages twice a week right now. And yeah, so you really have to just stay up on top of your massages and compressing and stuff like that. And I feel like that's gonna give you the best results. And also make sure you drink a lot of water. Hydrate yourself. And I think another thing, like, once they say, like, because you have your incisions and stuff. So since I was in Miami for a week, and I was getting a massage every day every day after my surgery up until I left. By the time I was leaving, my incisions was already closing. That's how fast they close. So once you get back home, you don't need no one to reopen your incisions. I feel like that can cause infections and stuff like that. So I didn't do that. She was just massaging me, and my incisions was closed up, so I didn't have no issues with that. Yes, I highly recommend her. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, as far as the flight back home, it was so crazy because, so I don't know how they ended up changing our flight. So we ended up having to, our flight left late at night at like 10. Was it 10? I don't remember. It left late, honey. Yes, it was like 10. And you know, when you at the hotel, you gotta check out by 12, 1 o'clock. So we ended up checking out the hotel. I didn't even mention what hotel I stayed at. I stayed at Staybridge Suites. I highly recommend Staybridge Suites because it's like the freaking surgery hotel. First of all, it's so many girls there that had surgery. You're gonna find somebody on the elevator that had surgery. And also, it's free laundry, so it was able to wash every day for free. So that was a plus. And it was enough room, and they had open showers and stuff like that. It was comfortable while I was there. So the day that I was leaving, we checked out our hotel at like 1. I was going to like pay extra to just stay for a couple hours because I knew my flight wasn't leaving till late. But that hotel, if you don't book ahead of time, it's expensive. They were trying to make me pay $250 just to stay for a couple hours, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. So my flight back home was crazy because I had to freaking wait at the airport for fucking 10 hours. I had to wait that long. I had to wait that long, and then, you know, at a certain time, you can't check your bags in too early. So we was standing, you know, before TSA. We was at TSA for like 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock to 7. Now imagine that. I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to sleep so that the time could just go by. And I kind of regret that now. I should have just paid the hotel and just stayed there so I can be comfortable. Because by the time we got on that plane, by the time they let us check our bags in at 7, I was exhausted. Like, I couldn't walk. I was sore. So they had to give me a wheelchair. Because at first I'm like, I'm good. I can walk, you know. But all that sitting and wait. I was on my knees. First of all, my knees was hurting. I had knee pads. Didn't even use them. Just waiting for that long, but it was okay. Once 7 o'clock came, they let us check our bags in and stuff. They wheeled us to the bag, and then I ended up eating finally because it wasn't no good food before TSA. We had Dunkin' Donuts, and then I'm like, we just gonna have to wait. So once I ate and stuff, I ended up going to sleep, and then I woke up. So the flight, we ended up flying back Frontier. It was booked. It was like so many people. Every chair was taken, so it was just my chair. I was at a window seat. It was kind of uncomfortable, but I was taking my gummies, so I was asleep. So it really didn't bother me. Like when we took off, I sat on my BBL pillow, and then once we got in the air, I would put my knees on the floor and put my head in my seat, and I had a pillow and a blanket, and I was asleep. So it was cool. It was kind of cold, but I'm glad I had my blanket and my pillow. So that wasn't as bad. And also they let me, you know, stand up with my knees in the chair as well. You know, sometimes I be seeing people say they be acting all funny, like you got to sit the whole entire time. But it happened for me. Then we ended up finally making it back home. And that was that. It was great. My overall experience, again, out of a 10, I'm gonna say a 10. I just had a great experience, and I'm so happy. I'm happy with my results, and I would love to like answer everyone's questions about the surgery and just whatever it is. Just please comment the question. I can make another video, a Q&A video, to answer all the questions that I get. But yes, so thank you for watching. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. Please feel free and keep in tune. I'm going to share all my resources that I have as far as my massages, my driver, and y'all know Dr. William already. If you don't, you better Google him. But yes, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and be looking out for my next video. Okay, I didn't show you guys my results in the video, so I wanted to record myself just so y'all get a better idea of what I look like and not just focus on my pictures. So this top look, I got on a tank top, a t-shirt and leggings. Like I mentioned in my video, I'm not wearing foams and boards anymore, just my faja, because I got it taken in 2 more inches. So all in total, I got it taken in 4 inches since I've been back home and since I've been getting it altered. And she told me in about a couple of weeks or so, I can come back maybe, but I feel great. One thing about Dr. William, he's gonna give you some hips. Now, I had hips a little bit, but they just wasn't poking like this. And also, it really pokes the more my waist go in. And my butt looks really natural. To grow my butt and, just make my fat stick, I was drinking protein shakes. And I also take bromelain, mackerel, vitamin C on the daily. And I feel like mackerel, that works. So if you're looking to get surgery, purchase mackerel to help grow your bottom. So. And I also self-massage myself every day. I don't miss a day. I make sure I self-massage myself because it makes you feel much better when you massage and you don't want to be stiff. Like now I feel great. Like I was kind of sore still. Sometimes when I took my faja off after work, because I work 12-hour shifts, I was kind of sore, but now I feel great. Now that I'm officially 6 weeks tomorrow, so. Yes, so I highly recommend Dr. William, especially if you want natural results, natural looking results, you want hips and you want booty. I feel like people that be wanting like big butts and more projection is gonna take about 2 rounds, but I'm satisfied with my one. Show y'all the back again. My waist is really small. You can tell it's small because my leggings kind of big at first. They didn't fit like this, but all right. Thanks for watching.